Yeah, my mentor was great. He was a producer in television, and certainly they tailor a mentor for your sort of personal attributes, your interests in writing elsewhere, and that was great because on a personal level you can get to know them, and I can keep in touch as a result. It doesn't feel contrived. It's and there's a great sort of opportunity to meet people in the business that have an interest in your work, and you can find common ground easier. So it doesn't feel sort of like networking inverted commas. It just feels like you're getting on with somebody and you're sharing a passion, and that really helped me with my development. The school were very keen to promote the relationship between filmmakers and screenwriters, and certainly in the early terms when the new filmmakers are in sort of writing their shorts or silent films, they did bring us as script editors, etc., and that in itself engendered the possibility of a relationship where they would maybe say, hey, I've got another script for my next term, I'd like you to have a look at it, or in some cases co-write it, and in other cases that I know the writers did write the film for it to be eventually screened. I mean, coming from England, it was great to feel sort of slightly boring because there's all these other cultures and people from all over the world that immediately adds to your game and really there's so much interest and so much vibrancy that it's certainly one of the highlights of the school. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I think within having it as an international school, or at least focusing on multicultural sort of cosmopolitan atmosphere, you can see it watching the films. There's so much interest and so many different perspectives which you wouldn't have if you didn't have it as an international school. There just wouldn't be that diversity naturally, I think, and the school certainly maintains that. I mean, there's always that fear that the burden of knowledge, that if you know what the film's doing, you lose that interest or you become too critical. And certainly, I think with all arts, when you go to an institution or an education, there's that fear that you may lose your voice to some degree, or your creative instincts, which aren't, you can't write in a book. But certainly coming here, your voice is supported, and I haven't lost any of that initial, creative instinct, which I can't really explain. No one can, but now I have the added benefit of having the craft and the skills, which you do need. Like, that's one thing I've really realised. You have to have those, because if you don't, when you get stuck, you have nothing to turn to. So, and that really is the empowering factor of coming out of the school. And they balance that very well. There's no sort of intrusion from teachers or professionals that are coming in. They don't alter your course. They see your voice and they just merely support it.